Greetings and blessings to all who have gathered here today. As we come together to reflect on the power of love, let us take a moment to center ourselves in the present moment, connecting with the love and compassion that resides within each of us. In the teachings of the Buddha, love and compassion are fundamental principles that guide us on the path to enlightenment. The power of love is a transformative force that has the capacity to heal, to uplift, and to bring about positive change in the world. It is through the practice of cultivating love and compassion that we can awaken to our true nature and realize the interconnectedness of all beings. The Buddha taught that love, also known as metta or loving kindness, is a boundless and unconditional feeling of warmth and goodwill towards all beings, without discrimination or distinction. It is a love that transcends personal preferences and biases, extending to all living creatures, without exception. When we cultivate this kind of love, we open our hearts to the suffering of others and seek to alleviate it with genuine care and empathy. The power of love is not only expressed through words or gestures, but it is also demonstrated through our thoughts and intentions. When we develop a mind filled with love and compassion, our actions naturally become kinder and more beneficial to others. The power of love is not passive. It is an active force that motivates us to alleviate suffering and promote the well-being of all beings. In the Buddhist tradition, the power of love is often exemplified through the practice of the four immeasurables, or the Brahma Viharas. These are loving kindness, metta, compassion, karuna, empathetic joy, mudita, and equanimity, upekkha. When we cultivate these qualities within ourselves, we can transform our relationships with others and contribute to a more harmonious and compassionate society. Loving kindness, metta, is the heartfelt wish for all beings to be happy, peaceful, and free from suffering. It is the practice of generating a sense of loving kindness towards ourselves, our loved ones, and even those whom we find challenging. When we cultivate metta, we strengthen our capacity to love unconditionally and to extend kindness to all beings, regardless of their actions or beliefs. Compassion, karuna, is the empathetic response to the suffering of others. It is the recognition of the inherent vulnerability and impermanence of life, and the desire to alleviate the pain and sorrow of all beings. When we cultivate compassion, we open our hearts to the suffering of others and become actively engaged in acts of kindness and support. Empathetic joy, mudita, is the ability to rejoice in the happiness and success of others. It is the antidote to jealousy and envy, allowing us to celebrate the well-being and accomplishments of all beings. When we cultivate mudita, we develop a generous and open-hearted attitude towards others, free from comparison or competition. Equanimity, upekkha, is the balanced and impartial mind that remains steady and serene in the face of life's ups and downs. It is the ability to embrace the changing nature of existence without being swayed by attachment or aversion. When we cultivate upekkha, we develop inner resilience and stability, allowing us to respond to life's challenges with wisdom and clarity. The power of love is not limited to our interactions with others, but it also extends to the relationship we have with ourselves. Self-love and self-compassion are essential aspects of the spiritual path, for it is only when we care for ourselves that we can fully care for others. The Buddha often emphasized the importance of cultivating a loving and compassionate attitude towards oneself, recognizing that we too are deserving of kindness and understanding. As we reflect on the power of love, let us remember that love is not merely an emotion, but a way of being in the world. It is a practice that requires patience, perseverance, and mindfulness. Through the cultivation of love and compassion, we can transform our hearts and minds and contribute to the creation of a more peaceful and harmonious world. In closing, let us carry the teachings of love and compassion with us as we go forth from this gathering. May we be inspired to embody the power of love in our thoughts, words, and actions, and may we contribute to the well-being and happiness of all beings. May the power of love illuminate our path and guide us towards the realization of our highest potential. Thank you, and may peace and love be with you all.